I'm joined today by Dr. Ruval Boosi and Byron Lazarides from ApexU, the team behind a business that's bringing something fresh and purposeful to the table. We're going to talk about what they do, what drives them, and where they're headed. Byron, Ruval, great to be here.
Lovely to be
Great
with
to
you,
have you.
Annette.
Okay, I think let's start with each of you personally. Maybe you can introduce yourself briefly, your background, and your role at ApexU. Maybe we can start with you.
Sure, thanks, Rionette. So my name is Ruval Boosi. I'm one of the founders and directors for ApexU and our group of companies. I'm actually a medical doctor, so I studied at
That's where
Wits
the doctor
University.
comes
That's
from.
where the doc comes from. Yeah, exactly. So I studied at Wits University a long time ago, and I spent years in state and private healthcare. I actually worked for a non-profit for quite a bit of time, specializing in HIV and TB. And then Byron and I have been friends for years, and we came across this opportunity really to relook at transformation. So the entire BE scorecard and then learning and development and how that impacts the BE scorecard. So really what drives me is transformation in South Africa. I feel like if I'm going to be here in South Africa, a lot of our colleagues have left. But if I'm going to be here in South Africa, I'd love to create a change. I'd love to add input. I'd love to add value. And I know that we can do that through learning and development, through education. And I think through the right education, when we tie that into the BEE scorecard, into the skills development element, we can add a lot of value and we can create like a necessary change. And so that's really what drives me.
As the mother of twins who study medicine, I'm very tempted to ask you how your parents felt about 6 years studies and you did not be a doctor.
Quite an interesting one. Hey, I think my folks really understood, what drove me. My brother's a cardiologist, so I've got family members who are still in medicine. But for me, it was creating that change and that impact. And I really think that we can do that with education. If we can upskill individuals and allow them to grow themselves and advance their careers and also address unemployment, and we can do that through education. So I think my family knew.
Okay, Byron.
So my name is Byron Lazarides. I've got a somewhat similar story, but not as drastic as Ruval's. I'd studied construction management, BSc construction at Wits originally, and worked in the industry for a number of years, and had essentially left that and found an opportunity in transformation and skills development as well. Always sort of had a passion for sort of building things, starting a business, something that we could or that I could sink my teeth into as well, that had impact and value. So this was kind of the perfect thing. And then, essentially Ruval and I came together to start the group in both consulting and in skills development. So for me, the drive is really the people at the company, the learners, the clients, the value that we can sort of provide for them, and growing and seeing where we can take it to the next level.
It's a beautiful story. How old is ApexU?
Yeah, so we're a relatively young company. We were founded in 2020, and we started actually. we rented a small space in a lodge, essentially.
Not a garage.
No.
Almost.
So one step up from a garage.
Almost, yeah. And then we moved from there to Stratham Park, and then from Stratham Park to Sandton, and then eventually to this office, and then we also have our campus in Midrand as well. So it's been a journey. A lot's happened in that short space of time.
Yes.
It's been a blessing.
Well done. It is a very short
Thank you
space
very
of time,
much,
and in
Gina.
between we had some exciting stuff called COVID.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
It was an interesting time to start.
Well done. Well done. What sets ApexU apart from the rest? What's the why behind what you do, and how does that shape your approach to clients and to projects?
Great question. Thanks for that, Rionette. I really think it comes down to our focus on the educational content. Okay, so we've reinvested heavily in terms of the qualifications that we provide are SAQA aligned qualifications, so they're accredited here in South Africa. But what we've done is we've invested heavily into our content development team, and these are our academics, so instructional designers, content developers, and then subject matter experts. Okay, and what they do is they relook and rework all of our qualifications to suit the partners that we work with. So we're working with a lot of the financial sector giants, the banking sector, the insurance sector, and what we like to do is we like to rework the content so that it suits their business needs. Not every bank is going to be exactly
really personalized.
Exactly. So not every bank is going to be the same. Not every insurance group is going to be the same. Not every insurance brokerage firm is going to be the same. So what we like to do is we like to take a look at exactly what their business needs are, and then try and incorporate that kind of content into it. And that's what allowed us to achieve the success that we have over the last few years.
Byron, what are the typical qualifications that you offer?
Good question, Rionette. So we've got quite a wide variety. So essentially, because we had started in the consulting space and for a wide sector or various different sectors in the country, we touched on quite a few different areas, but over time, by far the biggest has then become insurance and banking specifically. So we're looking at sort of your short-term insurance, wealth management, financial advisory, underwriting, administration, when it comes to insurance, but then also sort of more generic management development, project management qualifications as well. Is also very strong focus on the IT sector. So that sort of touches on all sectors. So the fifth industrial revolution really applies to everyone. So those as well, and then short skills programs, quite a large list of qualifications to really talk to the needs of the sector at large.
Okay, so is it short programs? Is it diplomas? Is it degrees, or is it a mix? What is it?
Yeah, so it's a mix. We're looking at mostly learnerships and occupational certificates. Okay, so that's anywhere from an NQF level 1 all the way through to NQF level 8 that we have. We don't offer degrees per se. We speak more to the corporate BEE scorecard.
Okay.
And that's going to be sort of your 12-month qualification, sometimes longer. And then we also do a lot of short skills programs, which are more targeted and have quite a lot of good impact as well.
And there must be quite a big uptake on those ones specifically, right?
There is indeed, yeah. So on those we can really look at things like data science and artificial intelligence as it relates to the insurers or to a bank. We can also look at leadership, diversity and inclusivity, change management, all your sort of softer skills as well. And we attach an accredited element to that as well, so that these are the sort of, we can also reap the benefits of doing this for our clients, but then also giving the impact to the learner at the end of the day as well. So those are really popular.
Yeah. Which industries and sectors do you currently operate in? You've mentioned that, and how have those evolved since Apex started? I mean, I would begin to see what did you decide to start with, and industries that you want to move into.
Yeah, that's a great question. So we've already spoken about the financial sector, the work that we do with the insurance groups,
yes,
the banking groups. And so tied in with ApexU and our group of companies are various different industries that focus on different segments. An interesting one is Catalyst AI, where we focus on the fourth industrial revolution, the fifth industrial revolution. So everything to do with IT, software development, AI that Byron spoke about, big data. So how do those concepts really tie in with the different landscapes that we have in South Africa? And then finally is the agricultural space that we have, and that's called Pulse Africa, where we focus on agricultural type trainings. And that has been tied in, obviously, into the various different sectors like the insurance space and the banking space as well.
You mentioned learnership, so obviously each qualification doesn't tie to a learnership. What is the ratio in terms of learnership offerings that you have versus the rest?
So just to give you an idea, obviously on the BEE scorecard, we're looking at a couple of elements that talk to skills development.
Yeah.
And one of the main items is that companies sort of contribute towards learnerships, internships and apprenticeships specifically. So I'd say the larger majority of our qualifications are on the learnership basis, and then quite a few on the shorter skills program side of things as well. And really where we saw the opportunity and where we saw that more could be done was that historically, it doesn't have the best name, let's say, skills development and BEE, and we saw there's so much contribution towards these things. Let's really take it to the next level and provide clients and learners with something different, something that has true value towards transformation. So that's really where we saw that we can transform the learnership space and really make it something valuable.
And positive.
and positive.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's it.
Can you talk us through your key strategies for growth and impact, whether it's through partnership, innovation, or upskilling?
All three of those are very, very important. Partnerships, I'd say, is one of the key ones.
Yeah.
Whether it's the clients that we work with currently who sort of look at co-sponsorships for things like rural development projects, unemployed learning groups and projects as well. Those are probably our most key partners, our direct clients. They really help us achieve special things for the learners, and then obviously for their staff as well. So a lot of the time they'll be contributing for their staff's training and development. So that would be one side of it. Then we've also got quite a few strategic partners. You'll probably know a few of them, but organizations like the IIG or the Gauteng Women in Insurance or the IISA as well. And that's all in the insurance space, and we have others in other sectors. But those guys are very key individuals. They sort of help us, get the name out there. We have trusted relationships, so clients also feel that they're going to be getting good work from us. So that's a key part. And yeah, I'd say those are the main strategies that we use. Also, there's a lot of stuff on the marketing and sales side, but that's the main thing.
Passion. I see the passion. It seems to be a strong part of the ApexU brand. What are each of you personally most passionate about when it comes to this job?
Go ahead, Byron.
So I touched on a little bit earlier about sort of the building and the growth and sort of bringing something into existence that actually has some value and some impact. So for me, that's really the thing that gets me motivated is being able to build. I love seeing the growth with the people as well. We've had guys that have obviously started with us as well and they started as learners, and today they are the project managers or in some type of management. So that's really fulfilling to be able to see that growth and to be able to see something real that's providing value out there. So that's a big passion for me.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree with Byron. I think what we've done for unemployed individuals, what we've done for junior employees of the organizations that we support, really allowing them to grow their careers, that's been fantastic. But also, I think coming from a completely different background in terms of medicine, I've had to learn a lot. And then just getting to sit with our partners, getting to sit with our clients and try to solve problems. Really just figuring out, what issues do they have in terms of their own employee upskilling, or in terms of BEE compliance, stuff like that. That's been quite rewarding to try and figure out how do we come up with a great solution that benefits everyone, including South Africa, in terms of real transformation.
And what you do is super relevant. In a company like yours that likely straddles people and performance, how do you balance building relationships with delivering results? And I want to touch on the fact that on my way in, I saw an elephant. So it is not the elephant in the room. It is a sales elephant, apparently. What's the link there?
Yeah. So that's an interesting one, and we've, it's really tied to company culture as well. So we've tried to foster a specific type of culture, pretty flexible, and I think the key is motivation. So we want our staff to feel motivated. We really want them to sort of enjoy coming to work on a daily basis. And that's where we get the performance out of them. So, you've got the old way of doing things, which is like, you will do this and you will do it this way and we will micromanage. And we find that just doesn't give the reward. It is a tough balance to sort of strike, Obviously we've got to always make sure everyone is in line and on the same page, but for the most part, very collaborative environments, and we find that we get the best results when our team is motivated and feels a part of what we're trying to achieve here.
Yeah, I think we've been really fortunate in that the team that we put together and built here all share the same values that we have.
So critical, right?
Yeah. And I think that's been the key.
I'm still keen to know what the story with the elephant is.
Oh, that's right, yes. Yeah, so I mean, we like to have a few fun games as well on the sales side. So essentially we've got an elephant drawn on a whiteboard, and as each project comes in, the elephant gets filled up basically with the values, and that's on a monthly basis. So there's a little bit of healthy competition with regard to the elephants, who also gets renamed periodically. So it's a little bit of fun that we add, because it is quite a competitive environment, and sometimes we just need to take a step back and enjoy as well.
Is it an elephant because there's a lot of space to fill? Why not like a giraffe?
It's one bite at a time. That's how you get through the elephant, basically, is the idea.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. And you're handing over an award at the upcoming AIE conference. Can you share more about what that award is, what it represents, and why you are part of it?
Yeah, sure. No, this is actually very exciting for us. So the AIE conference, we know every year is one of the biggest insurance events that takes place in Africa. So we're really excited to be a part of that. And this year, what we've done is actually sponsor an award for the top achievers in terms of learners. Okay. So we really just wanted to honor guys who have just taken the time to go and study, because obviously these are going to be employees and they're adults. They have work to do. They have families. They have responsibilities, but they are also taking time to go and further themselves and really focus on their own personal and professional development. So we'd love to honor them, and that's the purpose of that award.
Yeah, because it's a performance. In terms of studies, it doesn't come by itself. You have to put in the work, right?
Absolutely.
And it's amazing that you do recognize that. So, my next question is, what is next for ApexU? Your goals over the next, say, 1 to 2 years, and what are the big things you're building towards, either personally or as a business? You're young. The world is your oyster.
Cool. So we've been on this journey and we're loving where we've gotten to at this point. But as you say, our growth is very important. So there's a strong continuation in terms of expanding our offering as when it comes to our skills development products or our learning and development products. I think a big key was on the fifth industrial revolution. So really tying in these, especially things like artificial intelligence and data science into the training. This is really what's going to allow people to become or to be relevant in the coming years. So that's a key driver for us. Continue improving our services, continue improving our partnerships. Those are all sort of the standard things that we're looking at doing in terms of growth. One thing I will mention as well, we've got a separate idea that we're looking to slowly launch this year into the market. Something that we came across through our learners and sort of through the payroll system or the payroll structure that they receive. And we decided to create a product that really targets financial accessibility, employee wellness, and education as well. So really helping individuals to become financially literate and be able to have more access to the economy, essentially. The idea is called Payday, and I don't want to talk too much about it, but it's going to be really revolutionary and transform sort of the environment in terms of financial accessibility for individuals in the country.
That sounds very exciting. The education part is something we actually need to start at school level, right?
Absolutely.
And it just doesn't happen. So great that you guys can step in and fill that gap. The guys that you want to speak to and are speaking to are also people that FAnews speak to. A last message to the FAnews audience.
From my side, I'm just appreciative to be part of this. Thank you so much for having us and for showcasing us in this magazine. But we're just grateful to be a part of this journey, to be a part of the educational journey that the readers of FAnews are undergoing. Because obviously, it's so critical every year to be focusing on your CPD and just upskilling yourself, making yourself better for the industry. So that's something that I'm just very grateful to be a part of that journey with you guys.
Byron?
Yeah, I think that is the key, is just a huge appreciation to both FAnews and all the listeners and the audience, because really this represents the biggest sector for us is really the insurance space. So they allow us to really achieve the impact and the contributions towards the learners and to their own employees. So thank you, a big thanks for being a part of it, and we hope to be able to grow together with you guys as an industry. So thank you.
And as your opportunity to put a sales pitch in as well.
That's thank you for the reminder. Yeah. So I think just based on our service and what we've been able to do for our current clients and sort of the testimonials that are out there, we'd love to get in touch with anyone regarding their skills development in the industry, from really all elements, all your regulatory exams, CPD, learnerships, we've got such a beautiful team and a wide variety, and we can really make that customized project for you guys, customized training for your staff. And we'd love to be in touch if we get the opportunity.
And that is from the smallest brokerage to the biggest corporate,
Absolutely.
right?
Correct.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool. Thank you for your time. It was an absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
And all the best. And we are all looking forward to the conference. We'll see you there.
Likewise.
Great. See you
Thank
there. Thank you,
Renés.
Renés.
Thanks a lot.